Hi, today I'm going to do a makeup tutorial on a look that I did on Cara Delevingne. Now, I've done Cara's makeup lots of times. I love working with her. She's really polite, super intelligent, and she is a lot of fun. So I really like doing her makeup. But this one particular look that I did on her for a party recently, I had so many requests. Not just from Cara Delevingne fans, but makeup fans that really genuinely loved the makeup. So this is not about trying to look like Cara Delevingne. It's definitely more a makeup look that you can adapt to suit your own face and yourself. I'm not one for saying try and look like a particular celebrity, but it is a nice makeup look and it can work on lots of different skin tones and faces. So for my model today, I have Jessie that works with me. Her sister is a big Cara Delevingne fan, and she happens to be the same age as Cara, so I thought she'd be perfect. So she's kindly offered to model today. Her name's Paris. And oh, by the way, I must say, if you do recreate this look on yourself, please send it to me either by Instagram, Facebook or Twitter with the hashtag #MyLisaLook, because I have now a lot of photographs on my Lisa Look board on Pinterest. I have over 300 of the looks that you guys have recreated from my videos, and I just love receiving them. It's so much fun. I love to see how the looks can be recreated on different skin tones, different faces. So please carry on doing that. I really love it. Thanks very much. So without further ado, here is the look that I did on Cara. So I'm going to start by using L'Oreal Infallible foundation and going to put a really nice thin layer all over, starting around the centre of the face. I'm actually going to use my buffing brush, which is a big flat top kabuki. I like to use this to really buff the product out, but it's much better, I think, when you use buffing brushes when they're clean. They don't have anything on. So put your foundation on first and then use them with a clean brush, and that way you get to spread without adding more and more product. So that's blended all over now, and I went for a warmer tone simply because Paris has got a little bit of a tan on her body and her neck was darker, and she has a tan on her arms and things. So to match perfectly her face with her body, I did have to warm up slightly there, because you've just come back from Australia, haven't you, Paris?
Yeah.
So you've got a lovely golden glow all over. So onto eyes, and before I do any shadow, I'm applying NARS Pro Prime just to hold everything in place, because the makeup was for a party, so I wanted everything to last for the whole night. Now, because Cara was wearing a sort of silver suit, I wanted a little bit of that in the makeup, but without being matching too much. So I actually chose this metallic, almost sort of greeny, silvery grey shade. This is one of the Illusion D'Hommes by Chanel, and this one is Epiton, which is number 84. And I applied that fairly strong. So I patted it on quite strong, really, all over Cara's eyelid. So it gave a really great sort of metallic sheen with a good bit of colour, without being too kind of obviously silver or obviously bright, and just blended those edges in. So now I'm using this sort of quite deep grey silvery shade. This is by Maybelline, one of their colour tattoos. You can see I'm just using it to create sort of more of a definition. Close your eye for me, Paris. So just tracing along into the socket line, and then from about halfway across coming out, so we're getting a slightly winged effect, which is going to work well with the liquid liner that I'll use next. And then just really blending that in seamlessly with the greeny shade underneath. So I'm going to do a little bit of concealing now, and I'm using some of the under eye concealer pen by Clinique, the airbrush concealer, and I'm mixing that with a little bit of Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. Just look up for me. And then just buff that in underneath. So I'm just using next black bad girl liner along the lower waterline, and then look right down for me, and also along the upper waterline, which feels a bit tickly. Oh my god, you're really good. Is that because you used to be Jessie's dolly? She told me she used to practice her makeup on you all the time.
Yeah.
So you're used to having your eyes done. And then where I've done that line, look up for me, Paris. I'm just going to smudge it a little bit onto the outside, just to soften it all the way along. And then once I've done that, go in and just gently powder under there, just to set that area. Then using the Ico Skinny Mini Liquid Liner in black, it's close for me, I'm going to start from about halfway along, keeping it fairly thin, really patting into those lash roots. And then at the outer edge, I'm going to wing this up a little bit. I'm going to slightly smudge that as well while I'm working with it, while it's still wet. And underneath, I'm going to join up again from about halfway along, dabbing into the lash roots, and then join them up at the outer corner. And again, I'm going to smudge that a little bit. Just look down for me. I'm going to give a really good curl with the eyelash curlers and apply plenty of mascara. Just look in the corner there. And a little bit on the bottom lashes as well. I'm just going to drop on 3 medium length individual flare lashes just at the outer corner, which will help again to give that nice winged effect. So while those lashes are drying, I'm going to do contouring, and it was a really contoury look that I gave Cara. So this is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, which is a cream. I'm just going to scope out where I want that to be and then buff it. So really working along just under the cheekbone and going right back into the hairline there to soften everything off, and then coming slightly onto the temple as well, just to really give great definition. So I'm just applying Benefit's What's Up highlighter, which is a cream stick, and it has a really nice golden warmth to it, so it's quite nice to blend in with the cream contour, and just really blending that well. And I'm just going to set everything with some loose powder onto the T-zone, so forehead, sides of the nose and chin. So obviously for Cara it's all about the brows, so I'm going to use the Suki pen and do lots of fine strokes to just thicken up Paris's eyebrows and give them more strength and definition. This is quite time consuming because you're literally adding hair by hair, but it's the most convincing way of getting a really great natural looking full brow. So you can see it's starting to build up, but it's giving it that great realistic effect. Even at the inner corner you can really add fullness. And then just keep brushing through as you're building up. Brush. I'm going to thicken them a little bit here as well, just to give them the Cara effect, and also on top. So that's brows done, and straight onto lips. So I'm going to use a nude pencil to start with, just to give a little bit more definition. And take that all across lips. I did quite a pale lip on Cara, so I'm going to use this Hourglass crayon, which is a really nice nude. And as a final touch, a little bit of highlighter just at the inner corner of the eyes, which is what I did on Cara. So it looks really nice in photos, not too much though. Well blended. And that's it. And that is the look I did on Cara, and I think it looks really lovely on you, Paris.